Yo, my people, them CFC, Riddis Blue, back with another video, and it's match day settings, man. Match preview settings. Chelsea take on Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Make sure to check out the watch along. It's going to be starting at 4:30, and boy, it's a must-win game today. You guys, let me know your score predictions in the comments. The winners will get a shout out in the review, and then obviously I'm going to do the watch along and do the review. So it's going to be a lot of content, but you should be used to it by now. Man's been uploading a lot. I'd like to thank you all for your support on the channel, on all of the socials. And yeah, man, just hope that today goes well for Chelsea because we need a win. We need a win. Dramatically, we need a win dramatically. And just to be honest, we haven't beaten Man City in our last 10 games. So hopefully today we can end that spell. Obviously, I'm going to go through some team news, injury news, my predicted XI, head-to-head stats. So I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. But now let's get into the preview. These are just some things that Maresca said during his press conference and also some quotes that came out today by Chelsea. So let me just get this up for you guys. 2 seconds, man. It takes a while to load on that. But again, vote on the poll who you think will win. Let me know down below who you think will win. Leave any thoughts and opinions you have in the comments. Leave any thoughts and opinions you have in the comments. And then, so yeah, this is just some quotes that have come out from Enzo Maresca. Now look at this. So these are some quotes. In terms of team news, probably Levi and Enzo could be ready. He is better. Cole, he did an unbelievable effort to play against Wolves and he is getting better. That's what you have to say. Obviously, we have Romeo Lavia, who's going to be out for about 4 to 5 weeks, so he's not going to have no chance of playing. But hopefully, Levi Cole has a chance of playing in terms of obviously being in the starting 11, as well as Enzo Fernandez, because these are two players that we desperately need. Hold on a second. That we desperately need to come out into this team. And I just be honest, man. 2 seconds. But yeah, man. Obviously, this is just my thoughts and opinions because Cole, in terms of Enzo Fernandez, we need him in the midfield. We can't be having Drewsbury Hall. Man City's midfield in the last couple of months hasn't been all that, especially since they lost Rodri. So I can't even lie to you, man. This is just something that is gonna have to happen. We can't be relying on Drewsbury Hall, even though he did do well in our game against Wolves. So hopefully he's in that starting 11 because we desperately need it, especially with Lavia out. We need that control because C's midfield, yeah, man, it's there for the taking, So hopefully today Enzo can play, and he did train yesterday as well as Levi Cole. So praying that these guys are in the team because if they are, it gives us more chance of winning this game because we desperately need a win. I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh yeah, we are definitely going to win, but out of all the chances, this is the best time for us to get 3 points against Man City because we haven't beaten them in the Premier League since 2021. We haven't beaten them in any competition since the Champions League final. It has been at least 10 games since we last won. So I can't lie, man. We desperately need to get this win because this is the easiest that we're going to have to get against Manchester City. They have new signings that have come into the team. They have had new signings that have come into the team. And obviously, it's going to take time for them to get accustomed to Pep Guardiola's tactics. And with their team getting older, their legs are not the same. Our team is the youngest in the Premier League. We might lack in the inferiority in terms of experience and that, but in terms of youthfulness, energy, we can have all of that go our way today. We can have all of that go our way today. And I just pray that Chelsea, we get this dub because if we do, we can go 5 points clear of Manchester City in the top 4. We can have another game week in the top 4. We have been in the top 4 more than any, or not more than any time, but we've been in the top 4 at least 14 out of the last 22 game weeks. This is 14 times more than we ever did last season. And this is why I believe in Enzo Maresca and how he has this team structured and how he has us playing. So obviously this is just on the team news. I'm going to go over some more quotes from Enzo Maresca in terms of what he said now. So he said on Chelsea evolving in the last 6 months, I think we have evolved a lot in 6 months in terms of the team. The reason why is in the last month we have struggled with results, and you need that kind of moment as a team and a manager to get better. I always said we are ahead of my expectations in terms of the way we are playing and our results. Since we have started, we have been top four almost all season, which is something that in the last 2 years hasn't really happened. We are getting better, and for sure, we need to do many things. This is a fact. And the fact is that for months now, whenever I do a full-time post, man puts in the fact that we have been in the top four how many times this season? Because last season, we weren't once, not once. The last couple of seasons, we haven't been near our best, but we are at least now much better than we was a couple seasons ago. And today, we can go a long way into proving that. Because if we beat Man City, that's a step closer to getting top four. We only have 15 more game weeks after this. 15 more to hold it down, to be in the Champions League spots, because that's what we need. That is the aim going into this season. Getting Champions League football. We want to win the Conference League. We should win the Conference League, but the biggest objective is getting top four to be in the Champions League next season so that we can take a step closer to being in amongst the best teams in the world and eventually going to challenge for the Premier League title. Today is massive. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we're definitely going to win. Manchester City, this is a team that if I was hand on heart, there's any team I'm going to think that we can't really win against, it would be them. They've had our number for numerous amounts of years. Numerous. It's the one team that will be like, maybe it's a draw. But today, I'm definitely saying it's a win because I believe that we can get this done. It's only right. They literally, in the last couple of days, they literally drew. I mean, they didn't literally drew. They lost 4-2 to PSG after being 2-0 up. What Manchester City team do you know that can do that? This is a team that has been banging on the Premier League door for years upon years, winning 4 straight Premier League titles. No other team in Premier League history has done this. But now they're in their drop-off period, and we have to capitalize. We have to capitalize. We cannot capitulate today. We have to at least get a draw. We can't be allowing Man City to get this win because then they go above us, and that's their momentum there. They are not competing for the league title, but they can therefore string along a couple of games to be in the top 4. That's why it's imperative that we get this win today. It is massive that we get this win today. And inshallah, we get this W because my team needs it. We need Champions League football next season. We absolutely need it. And this manager, man, believes in him wholeheartedly. Officially, he is our manager. And Maresca is the guy that can take us to the promised land, take us back to where we need to be. I believe in him. And on today, I just hope that we get the job done, man. Honestly. But obviously, that's just some quotes and that from Maresca in terms of his press conference and some stuff they had to say today in terms of how we've evolved in the last 6 months. Because we have, but we can still get better. We can still go a step further because we are not close to challenging for a Premier League title. There are still many more levels that we need to get to, but that's not going to be this season. That's going to be for the future. But to this season, Champions League football qualification is the most important thing, more than anything else, much more than winning the Conference League, in my opinion. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Now, I'm gonna go over to some more. Gonna go over to where's this thing called? So now, I'm gonna go over to some head-to-head stats here. Where is it? Some head-to-head stats, man. Oh Lord. So these are some head-to-head stats for the game. In the head-to-head history, Manchester City have won 67 times. We have won 71 times. In our last 3 games, we lost 2-0 at the start of the season when everyone thought that we should have at least got a point in that match, but we didn't. But we played very well. And that was our first game in the Premier League against Man City, the reigning champions. Never forget. Last season, the FA Cup, we lost 1-0. We lost 1-0, man. Jarring result. Jarring. And then last season at the Etihad, we drew 1-1. Quite honestly, in that last game, in the 1-1 draw, I was literally sitting there saying that Man City, how could they not score? Because we true say we did do good defensively, but if you bear in mind that last season defensively was our worst ever season in the Premier League, how does that make any sense? And that is a case where Man City were literally on the downturn because certain things happen in a certain kind of way. We literally drew 4-4 as well, something that man has not seen. And that's with having a manager like Mauricio Pochettino, someone who I don't even rate anymore. When he first came, I had hope, but eventually that had gone because he should have done better. But Maresca, he is a man that even in defeats, man still believes. Man still believes because the way we are playing, he has our team playing and excelling, doing things that we all hope that we can do. And being in the top four, 14 out of 22 game weeks, it is impressive for a manager who last season was in the championship. This is his first full season in the Premier League. First full season with the youngest team in the Premier League. We are ahead of expectations. We are ahead of our results. And today we can take a step further to proving doubters wrong, because we deserve to be in the top four. We deserve to be in the Champions League next season, hand on heart. And today can go a long way to doing that. Man City are there for the taking. If there's ever a chance or a time for us to get a win, it would be today. It would be today because they are there for the taking. They are there for the taking. But even in their last 5 games in the Premier League, they have not lost. They have not lost. They have 3 wins and 2 draws. But once upon a time, we had 5 wins in a row. And then you have a downturn. Things can happen. And even though they are coming into this game in better form than us, because they are undefeated in their last 5, we are undefeated in our last 3 games. We have lost to a team that they smoked. Ipswich 6-0. We lost. Was it 1-0 or 2-0? Like, that was a bump anyway. But nonetheless, I can't even lie, man. We need a win. We have to. We cannot go another game of having an L. I would accept a draw. I would accept a draw because both defenses are not the best. But we have that energy. We have that energy. We are the youngest team. And fair enough, we could maybe make mistakes, but we can also hit them on the break because we are great on the transition, great on the counter. While this team, if we just nullify Erling Haaland, it is long. It is long. Foden, he has been doing well the last couple of games, but guess what? Things can come to an end. And in the big games this season, they have not looked impressive. They have not looked impressive in the big games, and this is a big game. Chelsea, Manchester City, 2 of the biggest teams in Premier League history. We need this win more than anything. And the form guide just shows it even more because we haven't won 2 straight games in a minute. And we have to do this. I pray that we do. Or at least get a draw. Please, Chelsea, I beg of you today, please get a win or a draw. Just not an L, man. Just not an L. But yeah, obviously that's some head-to-head stats and some obviously not any match facts like that. But yeah, some head-to-head stats. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Now it's going to be time for my predicted XI. And it will go something like this, I believe, anyway. Let me check. I think it's this one. I pray it is. Is it this one? Oh, no, no, no. Go back. Not that one. Seriously. Not that one. Bear with me 1 second. Let me find this one. I do believe it's this one still. So yeah, this is my predicted XI for the game against Manchester City today. And also, Joao Felix. Hey man, condolences to you. You probably have lost a loved one. You have gone back to Portugal. I hope that everything goes well for you. You're in our prayers, and hopefully today we can win this game and you can come back to positive vibes and not any more negative vibes than you already have to deal with. Like, it's not good to lose a loved one. Cherish your loved ones. Spend time with them. And yeah, man, just hope that everything goes well for you, even though when it comes to deaths and whatnot, it's not always good things. But having your loved ones around you can make things better because family is everything. So, but now this is my predicted XI for the game against Manchester City. So here we go. Yep, that is my predicted XI. And as you guys can already see, this is my team. And thank you for your comments on that. I will deal with the comments once I finish obviously saying what I'm saying. But I appreciate the support on the channel. But this is my predicted XI. Obviously, Robert Sanchez in goal, right back, Reece James, centre backs, Levi Colwill, Trevor Chalobah, left back, Mark Cucurella, CDMs, Enzo Fernandez, as well as Moises Caicedo, left mid, Jadon Sancho, right mid, Noni Madweki, Cam, Cole Palmer, striker, Nicholas Jackson. This is my team. And there could be changes. We never know. We might have Levi Cole not start. Tosin Adebayo will most likely come in. Enzo doesn't start, then Kane Drewsbury Hall could start. But in terms of the attack and everything else, I expect that to not change. I expect Reece James to start. I expect Cucurella to start. I expect Trevor Chalobah to start. We all know Robert Sanchez is going to start. We expect Sancho to start and expects Noni Madueke to start and Cole Palmer, of course, and Nicholas Jackson. There's no guarantees. Neto could maybe start, but I'm going to go with Noni Madueke. He is the person who can be more direct. He has scored much more goals and been involved in more goals than Pedro Neto, who is his competition right now. For us, we need as many game changers as possible. And we are the youngest team in the Premier League, like I've stated many, many times. But see, you're there for the taking, man. Today is a day that can go very well or it could go very wrong. Hopefully it goes well. Because see, are a team that have the likes of Erling Haaland. They have the likes of um Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, but they are not going to be with Doku. They are not going to be with Ruben Diaz. That defense there can get got because Edison's been making mistakes. This is a team that's not the best in the world anymore. A team that we should not fear. A team that we should go to the game today and win. I pray, please, Chelsea, get this W. Things can go so well for us if we just have this momentum. we beat Man City, the enthusiasm that the team has, the confidence that the team will have going into our next games. Because after this, more favourable fixtures, we got West Ham a week from Monday. That will be a dub. And then more games to come where we should be able to get these dubs and be more solidified in the top four. And based on how other games might go, we are 4 points behind Nottingham Forest and Arsenal right now. There is no guarantees that these teams will finish above us. There's no guarantees. There might be a more likelihood of it. But if we win today, we are applying pressure and those teams could fumble. Same way we fumbled. We went, what, 5, 6 games with, no, wait, it was 5 games without a win. 5 games without a win. Why can't they do that? Why can't they? They therefore can. And we have to wait and see if that can happen. But we need to take this opportunity today and get this dub, man. Because Chelsea, I believe in this team. I wholeheartedly believe in this team. And we should get top four. I believe it with all my heart, fam. So obviously, that's just obviously the team news. Some stuff that Maresca said. On top of that, my predicted XI head-to-head stats. Now, obviously, you guys can have gone with your things. Daniel, Knight, you said 2-2 draw. Nick, you said 3-2 Man City. And man's killing me. I'm not even going to read the name, but ref going to give them a soft pen again. We could be 7th before we play City. I take a point if we don't get Champions League. Directors is to blame. I'll be honest, man. There's no really blame you can really put on the directors, really, because it helps get the players that we need in. No one's perfect. People will make mistakes. These are the things that have happened. But every team, you can go through every Premier League team and say that, oh, certain things could have gone better. You should have done this. You should have done that. But we're dealing with the facts. And the facts remain that we are better than what we was last season and the season before that. Regardless of what happens today, we have many more points at this point of the season than we did last season and the season before that. I like to look at the positives because at the end of the day, until the season ends, people can sit there and say what they want, but I will always believe in my team. I will back my team. And if I don't back my team or believe my team, then best believe the thing we are done out. Because on God, I'm one of the most um honest, happiest, and supportive Chelsea people that you will ever find. And personally speaking, that's what I just love about my team because I'm a supporter regardless. Even when the chips are down, I will still back us. But if I don't, that goes to show that there's no more belief. That's what happened when we finished 12th. That's what happened when after we lost 4-2 towards home last season. A team who we beat 3-1. A team who we haven't lost to this season. A team we lost to both times last season. Think about it. I believe in this team and we are only going to get better. We have many more transfer windows to come. We can still sign many more players, but we are dealing with the facts right now that we are getting top four and we don't need another experienced striker to get the top four. We would need that to get the Premier League title, potentially Champions League. But we have to bear in mind, we once won a Champions League. Guys like Havertz, Werner, Mount, based on the fact that we had a certain level of players in a position. And right now, our attack is our best thing. Our attack is our best thing. Defensively, we can always improve, of course. But we are here to win games, and attack wins you games. Defense wins you trophies. And right now, thinking of the biggest trophies, it's not in our sights. It's about winning the games. And soon in the future, with the more experience we have with our team, we can eventually win the biggest prizes like we have done in the past. And we will do again. I on heart believe that. And we have to just wait and see because that's just my thoughts and opinions. This doesn't mean that it's gospel. This doesn't mean that it's going to be the be all and end all. But I believe in this team. I believe. And today, let's hope that we get the dub. But Winner had 4 windows, no goalkeeper and striker. So Nicholas Jackson's a striker, bro. He had 4 windows, did not sign Nicholas Jackson. Like, end of the day, we once had Kepa in goal. And guess what? We still got top form many times. Champions League football, we can get that with Robert Sanchez. I don't necessarily believe that we can get the Champions League or win the Premier League with him, but that's not what we're here for. We are here to get top 4. We're here to get Champions League football. That is it. So Jackson needs to be clinical. Jackson scored at Anfield. He was clinical then. We're going to the Etihad today. He can be clinical again. And I believe in this guy. Fair enough. He has a lot to prove, but he's still very young. Still very young. And he can still go many more years into the future and just get better and better because man believes in this team. All of these players, or I can't say all of these players, but majority of these players, especially our attackers, man believes in. Man believes. So today, you just need to do that. And I believe in the team. Like I've been saying so many different times, I believe. If you don't believe, then that's you. You're entitled to how you feel. But I'm entitled to how I feel, and I'm entitled to the way I expect my team to do things. So let's just wait and see on how that goes. But again, thank you for your support. That's going to be the end of the match preview. Make sure to check out the watch along. Thank you for your votes on the poll. 5 votes. Someone said no, they didn't like this video, and 4 people said yes. The good outweighs the bad regardless. So at the end of the day, thank you for your support. And I'll catch you guys in the watch along, which will start at 4:30 in an hour and 20 minutes. So stay tuned for that. And as always, come on Chelsea. Come on Chelsea. In a bit, my people, them. Love.